Imagine this. You're 25 years old. You just got paid. Your phone buzzes. Salary credited. For a moment, you feel powerful, independent, in control. You order food. Maybe upgrade your phone. Buy clothes you don't really need, but they feel deserved. And you tell yourself something very simple. I'm young. I'll figure money out later. Now fast forward 10 years that you're 35. You're earning more than ever before. But somehow, you still feel behind. Savings? Not much. Investments? Almost none. And that feeling, that quiet anxiety, is always there. Here's the truth most people never realize. The biggest financial mistake you make in your 20s isn't losing money. It's something far more invisible. And it silently costs you over $10,000, sometimes much more. Most people believe their 20s are for enjoying life. And that sounds right, doesn't it? You've just started earning, you finally have freedom. No one wants to feel restricted. So you adopt a mindset that feels harmless. I'll start saving later. I'll invest when I earn more. It's too early to worry about money. And on the surface, this makes sense. Because when you're earning a small income, saving $100 or $200 feels insignificant. You think, what difference does this even make? So instead, you focus on lifestyle. Better food, better gadgets, better experiences, nothing extreme. Just slightly better living. But here's where the trap begins. Because the real mistake isn't spending money. The real mistake is delaying something that doesn't look urgent, but is actually everything. Let's break this down in the simplest way possible. Imagine two people, same age, same income, same lifestyle. The only difference? Person A starts saving and investing at 25. Person B starts at 35. That's it. Now here's what happens. Person A invests just $200 a month. Not a huge amount, not life-changing, but they stay consistent, month after month. Meanwhile, person B does nothing, they wait. They upgrade their life slowly, spend a bit more, tell themselves they'll start soon. Then at 35, reality hits. They panic. And now they try to catch up. They start investing $400 a month, double the amount. So logically, they should win, right? They're investing more. But here's the twist. Even though person B invests twice as much, they still end up with less money. Why? Because of something that doesn't feel real when you're young. Time. More specifically, compound growth. Money doesn't grow in a straight line. It grows like a snowball. At first, nothing happens. It feels slow, almost pointless. But over time, it starts growing on itself. Then growing faster, then faster. Until one day, it feels like magic. But here's the catch. That magic only works if you give it time. And when you delay investing by 10 years, you don't just lose 10 years of saving. You lose the most powerful years of growth. That's the $10,000 mistake. Not because you literally lost $10,000, but because you lost the opportunity for your money to multiply. Let's make this even simpler. Think of planting a tree. Person A plants a tree at age 25. For years, nothing exciting happens. It's small, weak, easy to ignore. Person B laughs and says, "What's the point?" They don't plant anything. But fast forward 10 years. Person A now has a strong tree. It gives shade, maybe even fruit. Now person B decides to plant their tree. But here's the problem. Their tree is now 10 years behind. And no matter how much they water it, they can't speed up time. That's exactly how money works. You can increase effort. You can invest more later. But you can't replace time. So why do almost everyone make this mistake? It's not because people are lazy. It's because of how our brain works. Your brain is wired to value the present more than the future. Spending money today feels real. Saving for the future feels abstract. Buying something gives instant happiness. Investing gives nothing immediately. No excitement. No reward. Just numbers on a screen. So naturally, your brain chooses now over later. Again and again. There's also another hidden factor. Income illusion. As your income increases, you feel richer. So you think you're progressing. But if your expenses increase at the same speed, you're not building wealth. You're just upgrading your lifestyle. And this creates a dangerous loop. Earn more, spend more, save later, and later never comes. Here's what most people never calculate. It's not about how much you spend. It's about what that money could have become. That $500 phone upgrade. It's not just $500. If invested early, it could become $2,000, $3,000, or more over time. That's the hidden cost. Every small decision in your 20s is actually a trade. You're trading future wealth for present comfort. And the scariest part, you don't feel the loss immediately. It's silent, invisible, until one day it isn't. Here's the deeper truth most people miss. Wealth isn't built by how much you earn. It's built by how early you start. That's it, not intelligence, not luck, not even high income. Time beats everything because money needs time to grow. And when you delay that process, you're not just delaying wealth, you're making it exponentially harder. That's why two people with similar salaries end up in completely different financial situations. One started early, the other didn't. And that single decision changes everything. So what should you actually do? Not something complicated, not something extreme. Just something simple and consistent. Start small. Even if it's $50, even if it's $100. The amount doesn't matter in the beginning, the habit does. Because once you build the habit of saving and investing, everything else becomes easier. Automate it if you can, so you don't rely on motivation. Because motivation fades, systems don't. And most importantly, don't wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There's only earlier or later, and earlier always wins. At the start of this video, we talked about the $10,000 mistake. But now you know the truth. It's not about $10,000, that it's about something much bigger. It's about time, because in your 20s, you don't just have energy. You don't just have freedom. You have something far more valuable than money. You have years. Years that can quietly build wealth in the background. Or years that can disappear while you tell yourself, I'll start later. And one day, you'll realize something simple. The biggest financial advantage you ever had wasn't your salary. It was starting early. And the moment you understand that, everything changes.